an iPhone, plus a computer for playing games, can be driven. In the live broadcast room, an anchor who sells 3D virtual digital human live broadcast services is showing his own virtual human live broadcast technology. According to his explanation, whether it is a virtual human with only facial images or a digital human that can capture full body movements, you don't need to model, you don't need any technical ability, and you can get started, live in 10 minutes. After the explosion of the Metaverse in 2021, as one of the media that connects the real world to the Metaverse, a large number of virtual people will run and enter. In December 2021, Kui Xiaopon was named Vanka's 2021 Outstanding New Employee. June 2022. In January, a two-dimensional boy with purple hair and purple pupils from overseas dominated the rankings of Station B, with a 2-hour live broadcast and an income of 1 million yuan, on July 11 of the same year. Sequoia China officially announced that he would be hired in 1 second. New employee Hong who read hundreds of business plans. In addition, there are Lu Yexi who has gained millions of followers overnight, who is Haibing, a beauty scholar, and Meet Gu Ailing's digital avatar. Virtual people are no longer the spokespersons of virtual idols, and they have even begun to hold certificates in the automotive, banking, securities and other industries. Compared with real people, virtual people are considered to be cheaper and won't collapse, so they are favored by various brands and McKen institutions. Therefore, with the improvement of technology, the usage scenarios of virtual humans are constantly being unlocked. A group of service providers smelled business opportunities. On the video account, a live broadcast about selling virtual people can attract 200,000 viewers. On Douyin, Quizou, and Zhaohongshu, accounts certified by related companies have been named virtual people and digital people. Open the search website, enter virtual human. The first 5 items are advertisements of companies such as One Stop Virtual Human Solution and Virtual Human Platform. Under the frenzy, the water is big and the fish is big. Chinese entrepreneur contacted a number of virtual human sellers, and the quotations they gave were uneven. Those with high prices, such as customizing a virtual human, ranged from tens of thousands to millions of yuan. The realism of the virtual human is closely related to the price proportional. Non-customized general models can even cost 599 yuan to have the right to use more than 50 avatars on a certain platform for 1 month. In addition to price, the same is true for companies responsible for operations or services, motion capture equipment companies, film and television production companies, game companies, AR and VR companies, and companies that can get involved have all joined the face-pinching army. The outbreak of virtual people, 50 only 599 yuan. Next, Bring the Last Dance, Waltz. The voice of the real anchor came out in the camera, and the virtual anchor in front of the screen turned on the dance mode. Following the type music rhythm, this short-haired virtual human wearing a white suspender and blue hakama can easily perform difficult dance moves such as squatting, flipping hair, and jumping. Instantly attracted the swipe message in the comment area: is this a real person dancing? Or is the program jumping? The dance started less than 5 minutes ago, and 10,000 new viewers poured into the live broadcast room. After a few dances, a picture of a real person wearing a device to control the virtual anchor appeared at the bottom right of the screen. While the live host answers the user's questions, the virtual host synchronizes the mouth, expressions and movements of the live host in real time. During the period, the live anchor changed the avatar many times. This is a company that provides two-dimensional, hyper-realistic digital human image customization services. According to the introduction of the anchor and the information on its official website, merchants can use the company's technology to start live streaming of virtual people in just 3 steps. Use the company's cloud services to create avatars with rich characters and changeable shapes at will. No expensive motion capture equipment is required. A camera can easily capture. Install the client. You can synchronize the live broadcast program. Support Douyin, Quizou, Ouya, WeChat video account, Douyu, Bilibili, and other platforms. Not only is it easy to operate, but the price is also particularly exciting. Currently, the company offers three main services: facial capture, half-body capture, and full-body capture. Among the products with the lowest price, the device can use all the digital assets of the company, namely 27 female characters and 21 male characters, plus a DIY face pinching system. The price is based on the usage time. Come to points: 599 yuan, month, 4,999 yuan, year. The larger the capture range, the higher the cost. The half-body capture effect costs 7,999 yuan per year, and the full-body capture requires an additional 12,000 yuan for sensor equipment. In addition to these general models, the company also provides private customization services, with a single avatar design costing 30,000 yuan. It is worth mentioning that the name of the company's live broadcast account is very Metaverse, Yuan Chuangdao. According to the introduction of the official account, the name was just completed on February 25 this year, and the previous name was 20 Smart Headphones. According to company information, this is an artificial intelligence company that combines voice interaction and hardware and software. Chinese entrepreneur tried to search on social platforms such as Douyin, Zhaohongshu, Kuizhu, etc., using virtual human and digital human as keywords, and a large number of Blue V accounts with enterprise certification can be found. Among them, there are many accounts that live broadcast every day, with more than 100,000 fans, and more than 100 sales of popular models in the window. In addition, one account has 39 fan groups, with a total of more than 12,000 fans joining. According to KaiCatcher data, as of May this year, there were 3,834 companies involving virtual idols/virtual people, and there will be more than 1,000 newly registered related companies in 2021, a year-on-year increase of 63.69%. In the first quarter of 2022, nearly 300 related companies were newly registered, a year-on-year increase of 67.47%. Relevant industry research reports show that in 2021, the core market size of China's virtual human will be 6.22 billion yuan, driving the industrial market size to 107.49 billion yuan. It is expected that by 2025, the two sets of figures will grow to 48.06 billion yuan and 640.27 billion yuan respectively. At the same time as the outbreak of virtual humans, service providers also ushered in collective growth. A virtual person, the price ranges from a few hundred yuan to a million yuan. In Lin Qi's observation, around June 2021, virtual humans began to heat up in the market. She noticed that at that time, there were some endorsement virtual people in the market, such as Tmall's IA and Zhongzhoigao Axi Anji. In November, the appearance of Lu Yexi was recognized as an important node in the explosion of virtual people. From June to July 2021, Lin Qi, who was still a freelancer at the time, received a virtual human production project for a car advertisement. This was also the first time she made a virtual human. The real person is photographed by the advertising company, and the designer will design a face model. Lin Qi's task is to replace the real person with a virtual person. In September 2021, after graduating from graduate school, Lin Qi joined a company in Shanghai as a director. After joining the company, the team accidentally discovered that Lin Qi had a technical understanding of virtual humans, and she quickly emerged. There are currently 2 virtual human teams in the company, and she is responsible for leading one of the virtual human teams. Lin Qi entered the industry by mistakenly hit. It is worth mentioning that her early virtual human production technology was self-taught by following the teaching videos on YouTube and Station B, or she ran the model in the rental room she rented after graduation. Virtual human production technology, the difficulty is different. Lin Chi said that at present, there are mainly three types of digital human production technologies: reconstruction after scanning, binding after modeling, and using some digital human production tools, such as MetaHuman, Character Creator, etc., and the price varies according to the accuracy. The first technique is relatively advanced and more expensive. The latter two techniques are slightly simpler, and they are also the technical content of her self-taught. The difference in technology directly affects this industry that has no standards. Chinese entrepreneur consulted a number of virtual human production companies. At present, most of the buyers of virtual human are from the B side, ranging from McKen to first-line brands in the banking, automobile, home appliances and other industries. If you want to customize a virtual human, you need to invest in three major sectors in the early stage: image customization costs, platform software service costs, and equipment costs. However, each company's individual charging standards are different. Different companies customize the comprehensive charging of a virtual person, and the difference is hundreds of thousands of yuan. For example, Chinese entrepreneur consulted a company that claims to be from a game engine, and has strong real-time rendering technology. The design fee for the two-dimensional and cartoon virtual human models is 120,000 yuan, and the design fee for realistic digital people is 280,000 yuan. It can be adjusted according to customer needs. The company's software service system that needs to be used is 180,000 yuan per year, and it can also be bought out for 280,000 yuan. Motion capture equipment can be recommended for purchase on demand, with prices ranging from 39,000 to 390,000 yuan. On the whole, the initial investment needs to be at least 500,000 to 600,000 yuan. There is also a company that initially made a robot motion capture system. The design and production costs of cartoon images and realistic digital human models are 15,000 yuan and 25,000 yuan respectively. The equipment and software are 60,000 or 70,000 yuan, and the total investment is about 100,000 yuan. Of course, there are also general-purpose models that have been designed, with prices ranging from several hundred to tens of thousands of yuan. Why are the charges so different? A staff member named Love Avatar Technology told Chinese entrepreneur, "At present, there is no standard in the industry, which also determines the uneven service level on the market. If you want to be a boutique virtual human with 200,000 yuan, it has already broken down the reserve price, and some even charge millions of yuan, but it does not prevent someone from pinching a face for a few hundred yuan. Every penny gets what you get," the staff member said bluntly. Some virtual people can only see their mouths open and close, and some hyper-realistic virtual people can even reproduce real people one-to-one in the image presentation, even the pores and sweaters. The details, to put it bluntly, are a matter of whether the money is in place. Looking at the entire virtual human industry chain, IP design, modeling materials, skeleton binding, motion capture, rendering into film, operation, and designing a virtual human are often involved in the production links distributed in different companies, which also leads to it is difficult to scale. According to the observation of Chinese entrepreneur, most of the people who enter the virtual human production service are side jobs derived from these industries in the past year. For example, Lin Chi's company still focuses on the traditional film and television process. At present, the company already has a digital human mechanic operation team, and it has also begun to undertake domestic first-line variety shows related to digital human production and motion capture needs. It took Lin Chi 2 or 3 weeks to get through the first digital person. With the advancement of technology, she can complete the production of a virtual human in as little as 2 days. At present, her team has more than 10 people. In the project in July, she needs to make 12 virtual people in 1 month. However, The production of virtual people only takes up part of the workload of its studio, and more work is still focused on the company's traditional business. How long virtual humans can live depends on operations. The technology works, but for some users, it is often limited in use. Xiao Xiao is an anchor, and her company started researching the virtual human IP project this year. After 3 months of preparatory work, she finally designed a virtual image. But at present, she still needs to wear a motion capture device to control the virtual human. The motion capture device covering the knuckles provides a more precise motion expression for the virtual human, but it also leads to many limitations. The light towers used in the live broadcast cannot be moved at will, resulting in very limited use scenarios. At present, real objects and real people cannot appear on the screen together with virtual people. If the live broadcast does not do post-processing, there will only be virtual people in the screen, which makes it impossible to bring goods. The motion capture equipment is designed according to the unified standard of 1.8 meters, and some movements are not suitable. The equipment as a whole is also very bulky, and the hands will get sore after wearing it for 10 minutes, Xiao Xiao said. In addition, virtual people have high requirements on equipment, and generally have minimum configuration requirements for PCs, mobile phones, and cameras, and some companies even have regulations on the capacity of power banks. Just buying the live broadcast equipment requires at least 40,000 to 50,000 yuan. The key is, who still uses desktop computers for live broadcasts. Xiao Xiao believes that although the current technology of a single virtual human is very mature, further exploration is needed in terms of practicability and convenience. From a technical point of view, Lin Chi believes that there are 2 pain points in the current virtual human production. First, modeling based on pictures, directly generating a one-to-one simulation model based on a given face. Second, virtual capture/AI motion capture, get rid of expensive light capture and inertial capture equipment, and use ordinary computer cameras to drive high-quality models. These are the areas that need improvement. On the other hand, even if the virtual person is successfully born, it has to face the problem of debut is the peak. The peak of Liu Yexi's popularity on Douyin is the first video, which has received 3.609 million likes. Of the 13 works released this year, only 4 have more than 1 million likes, i.e. is the #1 video on Zhaohongshu. A dynamic has received 100,000 likes, and most of today's dynamic likes are only 200 or 300. On Station B, Douyin, Kuizhu or Zhaohongshu, virtual people on different platforms are facing a decline in popularity. At the same time that the virtual human is ushering in the outbreak period, the specific path in the future is still not clear enough. After many companies buy virtual people, they use them about 3 or 5 times and then throw them away, Lin Chi told Chinese Entrepreneur. I feel that many companies use virtual people for a release and a stream of live broadcasts, and the virtual people disappear. It's gone. But there are also teams that treat it as an IP for long-term operation, get a lot of fans, and get commercial benefits in return. After the production of the virtual human is completed, how to operate it is still very important. In Lin Chi's view, under the current technical background, the appearance of the virtual human, and the action binding of the torso and face to the virtual human account for 20% each, and the remaining 60% is determined by the operation team. If the virtual human is to be operated well, the operation team should be more like an artist management team, and the identity of the person in the middle is very important. He, she, is a real person, and it is it that gives the virtual human thought. She gave an example of Kodamiko, the virtual anchor of Japan's game live broadcast operation. She spoke very humorously and liked to joke. According to our words, it is very funny. If there is no operation team to keep up with, the lifespan of a virtual anchor is basically equal to the release time period. Lin Chi hopes that production companies preparing to enter the game will realize that virtual anchors are not a shell that can be thrown away after one-time traffic flow, but a creation that can really breathe life and emotion into it. In many cases, she also poured the things she could not accomplish in the real world, and the emotions she wanted to express into the images she made. Lin Chi is still optimistic about this industry. This is a very dynamic sunrise industry, an industry closely related to new technologies and research results. She believes that in the metaverse, digital humans have a broader stage than real people. But she also said it was still in the early stages of exploration. At the request of the interviewee, Lin Chi and Xiao Xiao are pseudonyms.